some grappling action here tonight as part of this fantastic evening of mixed martial arts. We're going to kick it off with grappling, have a few bouts, and then we're going to take about a 15-minute intermission or so, and then we will get to the main portion of our program over at 247 Live. So if you're watching on YouTube and you like what you see, flip on over to 247 Live, subscribe, and we've got some great MMA action kicking off at 7 o'clock. Let's get this underway. I need first, from Total Martial Training Center to the blue corner, Gage Reed.
And good evening and welcome to Sunny Days Arena in North Versailles, Pennsylvania. Tonight, it's 247 Fighting Championships MMA at the Venue 4. Alongside Ethan Wolverine Goss, I'm Ty Polk. Glad to be with you for another fight night here in Pittsburgh. And we start off with our grappling prelims. Tonight we have 5 grappling matches, Ethan, and of course we've always done these cage grappling events here. It's an opportunity to see some faces we know and some faces that are new to the scene here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, right now we got a new guy stepping in the cage, Gage Reed. This is his first time competing at 247 Fighting Championships.
And ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponent representing Armazani Jiu-Jitsu, Hunter Short.
You know, Gage is out of Total Martial Training Center, which is a gym that was started way back in the early 2000s by Brad Souders and Eric Grove and Gage's father, Matt Reed. And Gage's father, Matt, will be in the corner of Gage tonight for this grappling match. And he's also going to be cornering the other fighter. He's got Kyle Geisinger on the card, which we've seen in the cage a couple times. But Gage is competing against Hunter Short from Armazani Jiu-Jitsu. And, you know, it's a pretty well-promising name, Jiu-Jitsu gym in this area. Lou Armazani's been here for a long time. He was a professional fighter himself. He's got a pretty stout team and a big gym, and he's coached against a lot of people, and you know, he's competed in a lot of big grappling matches himself.
As always, follow us on Twitter at 247 Fighting. Follow us on Instagram at 247 Fighting Championships and 247 Live events, and head on to 247fighting.com for the latest news and events at the venue. As we're off and rolling with our first one.
Short looked like he kind of pulled guard there, got slammed a little bit. But
so again, we're live here on YouTube for our first of 5 cage grappling super fights. These are 6-minute, 1-round matches.
Yeah, Gage doing a good thing here, using the cage to his advantage. You know, he's got Hunter's head up against the cage, and like, for guys that aren't used to that, man, that is that's annoying. The cage is a rough place to be.
Yeah, it's not a padded wall. It's something that you can get your ear looped on or something like that, your hair caught in it.
Yeah, it'll mark your head up, and it doesn't feel good on the back of your head. But Gage is doing a good job here with, you know, applying that pressure. I'm not sure the experience that Hunter brings into this. I don't know if this is his first grappling match or not. Gage very well likely could have more experience here because he grew up in a gym. You know, his dad was a martial arts trainer and stuff, and he's been doing it his whole life. And I know he had some high school wrestling experience too. I believe he's actually still in high school.
And you see Hunter grabbing at the arms of Gage Reed. What is he trying to do in this situation?
Well, he's just trying to control, you know, Gage's grips here. Gage right now working on trying to break the guard. Got his legs open, looking to pass. You know, Hunter's doing a good job of retaining. Looks like he's clamping down now. Working on that high guard. Possibly looking to try to throw up triangle or an arm bar.
Got him real close. It looks like it's...
He's still in full guard, yeah. Gage did a good job getting his posture back. Gage is right in front of his dad. Matt in the corner right now is giving him instructions literally perfectly right in front of him. Hunter looked like he went for an armbar there. Gage was able to pull out. Gage passes the side control off that attempt that Hunter tried.
Yeah, it looked like he was going for a triangle there. Halfway through our lone round here in this grappling super fight. Our referee is Vince Ming out of Stout, Pittsburgh.
Nice pass to mount there from Gage. Doing a good job controlling the hands and stuff of Hunter here. Hunter's got to watch reaching with that arm. The only thing, I mean, he's in an okay spot to do it with because he's against the cage, but if he's out in the open, like that's an opening for an armbar attempt.
Looking at Gage right now, he's got a...
That's what you call a gift wrap.
Yeah.
Yep, he's got a gift wrap on, he let it go. Good smothering top game here from Gage.
It's been really impressive, and now
it's like he's got the back with a body lock on. He's going to try to look to get a rear naked choke. Hunter's doing a good job fighting the hands.
looked like he got an arm loose, and now he's trying to get it underneath the chin.
Yeah, he's pulling his head to the side to try to get an arm on the chin. Even if he can get on the chin, there he's got it. There's the tap.
Gage Reed, fantastic work as he picks up the RNC and the victory.
Yeah, like I said, Gage come in here with more
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner
tonight. You know,
Gage Reed.
He grew up in a gym and it showed in here tonight.
Let's take a look at our replay.
Nice, snuck the arm under the neck, got the finish. Good performance from Gage. He looked to be in control for the whole match.
So rear naked choke for our first finish of the night, and we'll move on to our next one. In this fight, Ethan, it's interesting. Joao Martinez comes to the weigh-in to support one of his teammates, and then with Tyler Cavelli's fight going aside, they say, hey, you want to come in here and do some cage grappling? And Joao says, sure, why not? So that's what we got here. Cavelli out of the Academy Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so for the people watching on YouTube here, basically the story is Tyler Cavelli was supposed to fight tonight in a MMA fight, and there was a mishap with his opponent. Ended up not showing up the weigh-ins, and Joao Martinez, as you said, was here to support a teammate at weigh-ins and offered to step up to do a grappling match with Cavelli, and Cavelli wanted to compete. I believe, according to Cavelli's coach, Kirk, Cavelli wanted to fight Joao, and you know, they wouldn't let the fight happen because it was
all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready for our next grappling bout. Please welcome to the cage, representing the Academy Pittsburgh in the blue corner, Tyler Cavelli. Cavelli.
Well, it's got to be tough for Cavelli. I mean, you go through all that, you work so hard, and then suddenly it's not even a missed weight. It's the opponent just straight up misses the bus.
Yeah, that's what they said is he put the wrong address in and was in Lancaster, PA, which he's clear across the other side of the state. I don't know how you confuse Lancaster for Pittsburgh.
I don't know how you confuse Lancaster for Norfolk Sales.
Maybe that wasn't what actually happened, but I guess that's what the excuse was.
Norfolk Sales.
You see it all in this sport, right? You see it like.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponent, representing Stout Pittsburgh in the red
it's
corner.
One thing at
Please
this was
welcome
New Wilmington.
Joao Martinez.
It's another thing for Lancaster, for Norfolk Sales. This man at one point was the busiest fighter in Pittsburgh. He had a total of 6 fights in 2024.
Yeah, he's been very busy with Muay Thai and MMA. I'm not sure if this is the very first time that he's grappled inside the 247 cage. He might have grappled once before. Grappling isn't like his element is striking, and he's stepping up here tonight in short notice to do grappling, and so it's obviously that he's definitely trying to push himself.
So it's Cavelli and Martinez as we're off and running. I just took a look at the ledger. Yes, this is his first cage grappling experience here in 247. Of course, we've seen him a ton of times.
Cavelli looking for an Imanari roll. Jao does a good job of stopping it. Cavelli's trying to set up armbar. Back up on his feet. Nice little attempt there from Cavelli.
So you see the jostling from the two of them.
Martinez is doing a good job controlling the center on the feet here. Cavelli with a nice little reversal to the cage.
Looks like he's trying to trip him up and use the cage as help.
Yeah, he's got an outside leg wrap there. Looks like he's got a nice low body lock. Nice throw by Joao.
Really
impressive.
impressive.
Goshi throw. Job for Cavelli getting back up to his feet.
Yeah, he was able to deny the arm underneath the chin. Reminder, this is our second cage grappling fight. We have 3 others after this, and then it's the main card, 247 FC MMA at the Venue 4 at 7. You can find that on stream247live.com. Pay-per-view pass is available for $34.99. Martinez looks like he wants to go for a trip again.
Yeah, he was trying that slide by. He attempted it a couple times. Cavelli looked like he was trying to go for another leg entanglement, but Cavelli is standing very vertical in his approach, which Joao doesn't have a wrestling background, but that would be a very risky approach against a good wrestler. Another slide by there by Joao, but Cavelli rotates with it.
3:20 into our lone round.
Another guard pull there from Cavelli back up to his feet. Joao's not falling down with it. There's a shot attempt.
Good defense.
Front headlock. But he had a chin strap there he was trying to get.
We've seen that drop by Cavelli. What is he trying to attempt with that?
It's a level change, right? He's trying to create a reaction out of it.
They're calling for a single.
Yeah, so when he's against the cage, right, your single's going to be your best defense. Here he's going for a leg drag off of it. But he's got an arm around the waist. It would help Joao right now if he was able to get his hands locked and get the body lock.
And the defense strong by Cavelli. 90 seconds remaining.
Underhook attempt. Nice little ankle pick. Good takedown by Joao. Looks like Cavelli's trying to work towards a rubber guard. Maybe set up. He's looking at that armbar setup again. 1 minute.
See that Cavelli has a pick at one of the arms, but Martinez still
he's
trying
attempting.
to block.
There he's over the head with the leg. Joao's got to stack him here. Keep weight on his legs. Keep his knees down closest to his head as possible.
Yeah, good job of the stack here. So what's Cavelli trying to do? Is he trying to roll him over?
Yeah, he's going to want to roll him over and try to finish here. Nice pick up and slam.
A little bit of a power bomb.
Hey, it's part of grappling. You know what I mean? You see slams in wrestling and stuff. I have no issue with the slam. You know, some grappling competitions don't like slams, but I have no issue.
I want to look at that slam as we wrap it up here. So the judges, Vince Meng talking with one of the judges at ringside here as they figure out who will get the decision in this well-played round by Martinez and Cavelli.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Joao Martinez.
It was strong defense by Martinez, especially towards the end of that round, as he denied the armbar from Cavelli. That helped him pick up the decision.
That was Cavelli's major attempt. So here's let's look at you know what happened in that match. That was a very close match, right? And majority of the match was on the feet. Joao defended Cavelli's takedown attempts. He also defended the Eminari roll and the guard attempts that Cavelli pulled, and he scored 2 takedowns himself. The biggest thing that Cavelli had on his side was the armbar attempt at the end, which would be considered a snatch or a grab in grappling. So considering that Joao controlled the majority of the feet and how it was going on and only had to defend 1 attempt, I think if Cavelli would have had more submission attempts, it could have went his way. But it all depends on how you look at it. You know, some of these are judged by snatch, grabs, having a guy having to defend too much, right? Or some of it's judged by control.
We're ready for our 3rd grappling bout of the evening. I need Keon Galvin representing Queen City Grappling to the blue corner.
So here's our next fight.
Galvin in the blue corner.
Keon Galvin and Elijah Balia. Galvin coming from the Queen City Grappling Club. Gym out of Franklin, Ohio, off near Cincinnati.
And ladies and gentlemen, please
Of course, 247 FC did have a show
representing Scout Pittsburgh, Elijah
in
Balia.
Cincinnati once. Not just representing the Pittsburgh area, also going to Johnstown. And we get to see another stout fighter in Elijah Balia.
Yeah, 2 back-to-back stout guys. I feel like this is going to be a pretty good, exciting scrap here. I I knew there was going to be a wrestling background from Balia. I could just tell by looking. I don't know him personally, but I could tell by looking at him that he has a wrestling pedigree. Nice little throw by, nice level change, duck under. Good defense though by Keon. Am I saying that right, Keon?
Yeah, Keon.
So in this situation right here, where they're against the cage, in straight grappling when you're not wearing gloves, now they're off the cage, but in straight grappling where you're not wearing gloves, they've got nice armbar, flying armbar attempt, right back up into a body lock. But Keong's got a nice guillotine here.
Wow, he trapped him in that.
Arm in guillotine. He's got a crunch to the head side to get this finish. He can't pull straight back because he's got an arm in. If he didn't have an arm in, he could arch straight back. But with the arm in guillotine, in order to get the finish, he's got a crunch to the side that he has the head trapped below. Looks like he's trying to maybe possibly work up the setup triangle. Bala's doing a nice job here. Defending though, good shoulder pressure, he's out. But yeah, as I was saying, when they're like stand up and they're against the cage and it's a grappling match where they don't have gloves on, it is horrible for the guy pressuring the guy against the cage because your hands get raked. The back of your hands and your tendons and everything get raked on the fence, and it's very actually painful. Balia with a guillotine attempt, but slips off.
So we've seen 2 guillotine attempts.
Nice level change.
Trying for a third one.
Going for another attempt.
Second for him. See if he can get the finish here.
Yeah, he's got there. He's crunching to that side a little bit.
So what's Balia trying to do in this situation?
He's got to stack. He's got to feed shoulder pressure. His right shoulder needs to be fed into Keong's chest. And there he slid it off and then fight the handoff just like he did.
Balia in side control.
I think he's getting past a half guard here. Young's doing a good job of that knee shield though. Halfway through the round.
Now Balia has him stacked up. Uncomfortable for Galvin, no doubt here.
You can tell Keong's a very good, flexible guy. Looks like he's trying to dig for a leg lock. Possible knee bar.
He's got one underneath the right of Balia. Now he's trying to separate for some space.
This is a classic, like, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy versus wrestler matchup here.
Credit to Balia, he was able to work his way out of that potential leg lock. Under 2 minutes remaining.
Looks like he's working to set up a triangle attempt. He's got the leg over. He's working on the shoulder. He's got to get his left ankle underneath his right knee here. But Balia's got a hand in as well.
Not allowing the pressure to continue.
Keong had Balia. He's had him on the defense a good bit. Having a hard time getting past Keon's legs.
Under a minute.
Back to that triangle. Balia's doing a good job feeding the shoulder here in this position, which Keon's trying to pull the arm. There he's starting to lock up where the triangle would be. He's got to rotate to his left though. It looks like he's got an arm bar.
It wasn't a traditional crucifix. I think it was reversed a little bit.
No, the way he's actually locked up on him. It isn't like a triangle position, but he's got the lock on the wrong side. But a good job by both competitors.
So the judges will have a check with that and give their opinion.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Keon Calvin.
Yeah, I did hear that a little bit. Had him on defense too much.
Yeah,
Judges still having a talk about it post-fight, but it was definitely from what we heard with the judges speak, it was too much defense by Balia, as Galvin kept up the pressure in most of this fight, and that's how he was picking up the win.
Watching on YouTube
Fans, a reminder that 247 award season is back and better than ever with its new presenting sponsor, Valor Jerky Snacks. Vote for the best moments, fighters, and gyms in 2025, and you will be automatically entered into a drawing for a free Valor Snacks Ruck Ready kit. It features 5 big 8-ounce bags of premium beef jerky and assorted flavors like Mission Ready, Heat Seeker Tactical Teriyaki, and new Sweet Mission Heat. So go vote, support fighters, gyms, veterans, and local business so you can win some delicious beef jerky. A link to vote will be available soon on all 247 social media platforms and websites. So we move on to our fourth fight. And it's Josiah Weber versus Stella Mockin.
Stella Mockin coming from American Top Team Happy Valley. Usually Coach Barboza, who is a very high-level judo and black belt, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, would be in his corner, but they are in New York tonight with, they have another fighter fighting up in New York.
Please welcome his opponent to the red corner, representing True Believer Jiu-Jitsu, Josiah Weber.
And Josiah Weber, he fought on the Road to WNO 30 card here at the venue back in October. He was on the undercard of a very good event.
Yeah. This would be a good matchup. This, I believe, the second time we've seen Stella in here in this arena competing for 247 grappling.
Knoxer's been very impressive in the times that he's been here.
Both guys attempt to sit the guard, and Stellan's getting the bottom position.
Has there ever been a situation where you, an opponent, had the exact same thought? You went and did the exact same move at the exact same time?
Oh, I mean, it's happened in the gym a lot, for sure. I can't recall of anything in competition where I think that's happened, but I had two teammates that both decided to shoot for a takedown at the same time, and one of them ended up with a split eyebrow.
Oh, yeah, when you crash coconuts, that's always a hazard in the business. And we also got the third member of our commentary team. They'll also be ready for the main event or the main card coming up later. Lucas Steel City Siebert.
Just flying in from Dallas, Texas. He was on a business trip. Not for himself, but he still had to work while he was down there.
Yep. And Lucas joins us here. Lucas, how was the trip to Dallas with Luke, the Martian Martin?
It was great, man. Luke obviously went out, got a first-round finish. It was really exciting for the gym and just the high-level athletes coming out of Pittsburgh.
No ice storm troubles in Dallas?
A little bit, but it's a lot better weather than here, I'll tell you that much.
North Texas always.
Nice sweep there by Stella. Nice little De La Riva sweep. Weber having a hard time trying to get past the legs of Stella. He's doing a good job of tying up his feet.
Yeah, Mockin had an opportunity to pick at the leg once more. Had to pass it up.
Yeah, these leg lock guys, man, they can be extremely hard to deal with. Don't ask me how I know. Giving me flashbacks here.
Trouble passing the knee shield, kind of modified here in half guard. If you're on bottom, you want to dig for an underhook and try to wrestle up here. We're kind of an awkward position with your right leg laced over top.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of tying up Weber's feet or legs to where he can't get around Stellan's legs. Nice little roll through there from Stella. Hits kind of a sweep back up to where they're at.
Going underneath.
Mockin got the leg.
They're dropping back for Achilles lock. I thought he was going to go heel there.
Really good recovery by Weber. Now he's going for his own, it looks like.
Every time he just gets about to pass.
Yeah, getting past that knee shield's tough, man. It's a troubling position right here. He's doing a good job of creating a frame. I really think he should get an underhook and try to wrestle up, especially, you know, with the time kind of winding down. As I say that, he transitions to a nice leg exchange.
It looks like Weber's trying to grab a Achilles lock there. Looks like he.
Nice little bite on it. He's going to need to get his legs involved to arch into the knee.
Right before you walked in, they both sat down and pulled guard at the same time.
Great. Love to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like me, coming from a wrestling background, you hate it.
Under a minute remaining in round one. I asked Ethan the same thing. Lucas, has that ever happened in which you both do the exact same move at the same time?
Maybe not in jiu-jitsu, maybe wrestling, you know. We did two guys try to go for like a shot at the same time, collide heads.
Yeah, I just mentioned about that. I had two teammates do that, and one ended up with a split eyebrow.
Yeah, it's common. Grappling can cause a lot more cuts than MMA at times.
It's the friendly fire that always has the worst outcome.
The interesting guard here on the bottom.
Yeah, he's being successful with it. Like he's keeping Weber from passing.
So
There's
now
only one real attempt there from Weber.
So we'll have one more check with the judges for decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner,
Awesome.
Josiah Weber.
So Weber continues a strong run in cage grappling with 247, picking up the victory here. And we're on to our final matchup here in our series of grappling prelims. This is the 5th and final one, and we get to see a competitor who was a finalist in the road to WNO 30 bracket back in October, Jerry Rayburn from Colorado. Rayburn was really impressive throughout that entire tournament. He just came up against a guy in Justin Michael, a very controversial finish, but all in all, a really good bout that night. It was anyone's matchup.
We got Finley Allen coming out of Queen City Grappling. They have a really, really good jiu-jitsu program out there.
Yeah, Cincinnati area.
One of their coaches just competed on the UFC Fight Pass Jiu-Jitsu, UFC BJJ, and I believe he has a match for RAF coming up. So, you know, great gym out there in Cincinnati, and I'm sure he's coming out to put on a show.
And now, please welcome his opponent to the red corner,
We're going to see them
representing 10th
tonight.
Planet Masonry, Gary Rayburn.
I'm glad you brought up RAF. I think what they're doing, what RAF is doing, is absolutely spectacular.
Yeah.
And I keep telling people, like, keep your eyes open, because I think you might see something like that happen here on the regional scene real soon.
Yeah, I love it. I love it for wrestling. Obviously, jiu-jitsu's broke through and figured out a way to get their athletes making real money. And we see some athletes here, you know, competing at the main event on the jiu-jitsu card. Gary killed it in his Who's Number One performance. Kind of, you know, in my opinion, came out of nowhere. Well, everybody knows Gary, but I don't think really anybody expected him to win that tournament.
Yeah.
The way he went out and performed was, you know, very, very impressive.
Yeah, immediate passed him out off a guard pull.
And Gary's very, very savvy in the leg lock games here. He's looking to get a rolling back take.
Really the entire WNO bracket, especially that first round, pretty much submissions almost instantly in the first minute.
He's very savvy with the legs. So you got to expect his defense is good with the legs as well as his offense, right? Putting yourself in those exchanges. A lot of them are 50-50 because the other guy has a hold of your legs as well. But the cage does play a big factor here, because a lot of times with
There was a tap.
And Gary
got the tap.
With
Yeah, I believe
another
it was
amazing performance for 247 in this venue.
Yeah, as you were just saying about the cage, Gary was rolling out of that heel hook and he rolled into the fence. You know what I mean? Which that could have been an ender.
Ladies
if
and
he would've had
gentlemen,
the
your
lock.
winner, Jerry Rayburn.
It's not like an open mat where you can roll off the mat and get stopped and restarted.
Yeah, the cage definitely, you know, favored him there, and it looked like it wasn't going to. It looked like he ran out of room to, you know, defensively.
These 10th Planet
All right,
guys,
to those
man,
of you
they're
watching on
another
YouTube,
level,
thank
too.
you very much for joining us for the grappling
Have their
portion
own style
of
of
our program.
jiu-jitsu. and it's very impressive to watch because
The MMA
they do it all over
kick
the
off at
country.
7 o'clock. 247 MMA at the venue.
So now we'll wrap it up for
live from
our
Sunny Days
side
Arena
of
here
the
in North Brazil.
grappling super fights. We're moments away from
And
the
you
main
can
card.
watch
That's
it
due to
live
start at 7 p.m.
247 Live.
And a
Download
reminder
the app and
that
subscribe
this
right
was for
now.
free on the YouTube page, and,
Thank you for
and we
joining
hope you
us,
enjoyed
and
all the
we'll see you at
fights.
247.
But a reminder, the main card of MMA at the Venue 4 will be available on stream247live.com. If you purchase the pay-per-view or subscribe to 247 Live, we'll see you there. We'll have 9 fantastic fights for your viewing pleasure, including 2 title fights, Kyle O'Hare versus Bobby Smith for the 247 FC Amateur Bantamweight Championship, and Kasarian Spence versus Guillermo Caro Marchand for the 247 FC Amateur Welterweight Muay Thai Championship. And if you haven't purchased this upcoming pay-per-view, it's never too late to join us. A pay-per-view purchase is available for only $34.99 at stream247live.com as you get a look at the entire card here tonight.
That fight that they just showed right there is one of the ones that I'm most excited about. Joey Perry, who's off to a 3-0 start, taking on a veteran tonight in Max Jarrell. And we've seen both of those guys compete in this cage many times, and both of them have had a lot of success. And that fight right there, I feel like, is going to be the fight that can steal the show tonight.
Yeah, definitely fight of the night, in my opinion, if you're looking at it. Max and
it's Pittsburgh versus Pittsburgh,
yeah,
which we don't get to see very often.
Max and Joey, you know, they train together in rooms a lot, and I've trained with both of the guys, very close with Max, pretty close with Joey as well, and very much looking forward to it. You don't see a Matt Factory versus Stout very often, so it'll be a fun time to watch.
Yeah, it's a tough one for us right now as we got the whole gang here. Right here, as we try to get everyone in on the camera. Here, you can see us at ringside. I'll move down. Then you see the guys. That's Ethan Wolverine Goss. That's Lucas Steel City Seabird. Glad to be with you. I'm Ty Polk, and we're really excited for this card. But the one thing that everyone's been thinking about is what will Kyle O'Hare do next? He takes on Body Bag Smith.
I think we should let Lucas touch on Kyle O'Hare here. He knows him the best, has trained with him the most, and you know, he's going to tell us what we need to know about KO.
Is he a part of Stout now, or is he just an affiliate right now?
He's an affiliate. He comes down and trains at the gym on Tuesdays and Saturdays. And, you know, Kyle, obviously, when you kind of wear your heart on your sleeve, you're going to get a lot of people that judge you, right? Kyle has a huge following, over 100,000 followers on Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. But his talent, his MMA skills are way better than people think, and I'm excited for Kyle to fight tonight. It'll be really, really entertaining, as it always is, and you know, we'll see what he has in the bag.
You know, I think he showed that in his last fight here. You know, when he came out, stormed, basically dog walked the guy that he fought in his last fight and ran through him. I mean, the kid has got talent. You could judge him all you want, like you said. He's got the biggest following out of anyone that's ever competed in this cage. And, you know, all over the country, people all over the world are following him on his Instagram and his TikToks and stuff. But, you know, he's a legitimate threat. He's a legitimate fighter, and he's probably not too awful far away from, you know, being able to turn pro.
Yeah, as we've seen a lot of times with these amateur fights, it seems like it's a stepping stone for bigger things.
Yeah.
I got some stats that I'll break in on the main card. I can't take away all of my secrets early on here, but yeah. You
know, he's facing a really tough guy in Bobby Smith tonight, which was a good wrestler from Ohio area, and we've seen him compete in this cage as well and get a win here. You know, so and Kyle is a very good jiu-jitsu style grappler, and Bobby is a wrestler, and sometimes wrestlers can pose a very big threat for a straight jiu-jitsu guy. But one of the things Kyle also has going for him is that his striking is so clean, and he's very aggressive on the feet. He's taller and longer for the weight class. He's looking to take home Lucas's old belt, so I don't know how Lucas feels about that. But
yeah, I mean, it is, like you said, it's a stepping stone to go pro. Winning an amateur 247 title is not a common thing. We don't have people fight for a lot of them. We have 2 tonight, the Muay Thai fight as well. And, you know, if Kyle can go out and get another performance. He has all first-round finishes, I believe all with rear naked chokes. He is, you know, he comes out hot, but Bobby is also somebody that comes out hot. He's a very aggressive fighter, and, you know, I really think it's going to be a clash of styles. Both have good wrestling, both have solid jiu-jitsu, and oftentimes that leads to striking. So I think a lot of it will play on the feet. We'll see. Hopefully it makes it out of the first round.
Yeah, really impressive 2 championship matches. And real quick, guys, that Muay Thai fight, it's a rematch of a WKN Nationals fight in the semifinals for Kasarian Spence. That was his first career loss, going up against Guillermo Cara, and that's a real spicy matchup. It's going to be the first time that we had an amateur championship that went 5 rounds, but it's only 2-minute rounds for Muay Thai.
I mean, it's the very first ever 247 Muay Thai championship title fight. And we've had a handful of Muay Thai fights here. We've seen our own Kama the Death Star Worthy compete here against another UFC vet. We've seen his brother Chaka compete in some Muay Thai fights, as well as we talked earlier, João Martinez. But this is the first time that we're ever going to see a championship fight. And you know, it's 2 guys that are definitely legit. They know each other. One had a humongous knockout on the show we had last April. You know, it's going to be a spectacular show here with these 2.
Yep, Kasarian Spence against Drew Landefelder. I'm still feeling the shockwaves from that one, as that was probably one of the best knockouts that I've ever seen. And that should be another great fight for us tonight. We got so much more. It's 9 total fights on the main card. And remember, stream247live.com to pick up the fight. It is a pay-per-view. It is $34.99 for that. Be sure to join us. And we'll come back with the main card again on stream247live.com. This is MMA at the Venue 4.